Hi, I'm D. Allen Jenkins, the author of The Making of Tibias Ivory, Freedom's Quest, and The Making of Tibias Ivory Through the Eyes of Innocence. This is a principal moment. I've had the joy of receiving and reading many of your emails as you have read the books, both the first one and the second one, and it has been a delight to hear how you have fallen in love with young Tibias. I'm glad that you've done that. I'm also glad that you've asked many questions about it and how it came about and so forth. In fact, that is probably the most oft asked question, is how exactly did I come up with the story of Tibias Ivory? Where did it all begin? Well, it all began back in 2001, in the summer there, about July 2001, when I was working with a list of names, and in that list of names was the name Tibias Ivory. It was an intriguing name, and I was immediately drawn into it and was asking the question, what might the life of a Tibias Ivory be like? Well, first thing that came to mind was the name Toby, sort of a shortened version of Tibias and as a nickname, and that, of course, reminded me of Alex Haley's book, Roots. Then, of course, we had the last name Ivory, so I had black and white kind of combined together into one name. That's when the saga of Tibias Ivory began in my mind, and within a week I was writing and starting out. In fact, I started writing on July the 11th, 2001. I was going to use that as his birthday, but as the story began to progress, I began to realize that he would be a little bit premature in his birth on July the 11th, and so I moved it up 1 month to August the 11th, 1970 is Tibias's birthday. Of course, you can read all about his parents' saga in the first book, The Making of Tibias Ivory, Freedom's Quest, and then you can pick the story up 5 years later in The Making of Tibias Ivory Through the Eyes of Innocence, which is my latest novel. You can find out much more information about this, read first chapter excerpts and so forth, and see a whole lot more about Tibias Ivory on my website, which is www.tibiasivory.com. I encourage you to keep the emails and the questions coming, and you never know, it just might be answered on one of these principal moments.